Nearly 200 new people joined this channel yesterday, and that means, guys, 200 people need an introduction as to how to drink their coffee in the morning. Thank you all for being here, guys. This is my coffee mug for today. My girlfriend made me this coffee mug. You're not allowed to make fun of it, okay? Yes, that is my face on my own coffee mug, and we're going to push past that because we got some great Counter-Strike news. And again, thank you all for being here, for subbing. As of late, it's been so fun to talk about this stuff, especially as we approach the Major. You guys just make this casual conversation so fun to have. And speaking of having fun out there, so too have the Talking Counter boys, as they have now talked about the S1mple move to FaZe. We have talked about that the last 48 hours in place of Broky, and we'll talk more about him in a second. But FaZe S1mple, can it work? You guys had a lot of comments about this. In place of Broky, he'll have IEM Dallas for a warm-up, and then the S1mple Major run for the finale. That's how fast it's going to warm up, finale, and it could be finito. But it was our boy Moses, and I actually agree with a lot of his takes, and I encourage you guys to watch the full episode. They talk about this S1mple move for about 15 to 20 minutes. They give him his due credit. Keep that in mind. But they also give him his due criticism, as I think Moses put it best out of the three of them, as he had his remarks about S1mple, saying, hey, show us your work ethic. Show us you working when you keep on joining these rosters like Falcons or like a FaZe as a stand-in player or on loan for a couple of events. It's like you're almost joining this sinking ship, which is not going to give you, give us a true showing of your potential. And he does kind of also say he doubts his mentality. And so he wants to see S1mple actually put the work in with FaZe or with another team, except for FaZe. What do you guys think?
Get your game back and show teams and show other players that are competing that you're willing to put the time in. If I go to his FaceIt page right now, he played 2 games on the 28th, 2 games on the 25th of April, 1 game on the 22nd of April. His last grinding day of like 7 games was April 1st. I mean, like,
no joke.
I think, yeah, funnily enough. But like that I think would be more beneficial to S1mple, was if he's grinding FPL. If the Reddit posts that we see on S1mple are like, holy shit, look at the grind he's been on for the past 6 days, versus here's him rage quitting a stream, in the middle of a Counter-Strike game. Like, that's what's going to be beneficial for you, is showing the community and showing the professional scene that you're getting back into the grind and getting back into the mindset of competition. You're trying to get the edge back. No one's going to doubt this guy's skills. Like, I don't doubt that he's an incredible player and that his skills can be just as good in CS2 as they were in CSGO. I doubt I doubt the mentality. I doubt the mentality more than anything. And I think first step for him should be showing that the mentality isn't going to be an issue. Show us that you're going to grind FPL for 6 days a week for 3 weeks straight. Show us on stream that you're not going to rage out and close the stream when you get pissed off and frustrated. Show us that you're working on your game. I think that's going to go way far, way better in terms of him being a prospective player to bring into a team, a risk to take, than joining teams like Falcons on loan for 2 months when you have a team that is slumping, when you have 2 players on that team already underperforming that have lost their game, and you're coming in as like someone jumping onto the Titanic in its last 10 minutes. There's massive issues in FaZe. So once again, he's coming to a team where there's no guarantee this is going to make him look good. Can anyone tell me that his prospects before being a stand-in for Falcon were worse than they were afterwards? Like, they got worse after the stand-in situation.
Well, he's in a tough spot anyway, right? Because he's still under Na'Vi, so there's a big buyout for anybody who would actually want to get in.
Massive buyout, and yeah, and there's obvious issues, and I don't envy the position. I know it probably feels like he's in a lose-lose, but I don't think this is the play of not grinding Counter-Strike and then going to be a stand-in when a team that is crumbling and falling apart before our very eyes needs a stand-in because they just made a desperate, roster change. That was the result of months of mediocrity. This isn't the conditions for S1mple to come in and thrive.
So you're
and I'm going to be honest, and I usually don't even have bold takes. You guys know me. I'm pretty milquetoast on all of this. I just enjoy chocolate milk and coffee, but I was a bit hesitant when I heard FaZe S1mple. And they also going to talk about this. It's a FaZe move, right? It's one of the few teams out there. I say few, but they have big money. They have big sponsorships still to afford a Counter-Strike lineup, or the moves like this. Not many teams out there, for good reason, can afford to have S1mple on their lineup at any point in time, let alone for just 2 events, and to try and make a stab at a major run 6 weeks out. Not many teams would even want to try that risk, aside from that of like a FaZe, right? It's a typical FaZe move, but will this work for them? That's the giant question. And it's hard to be positive about this because it's the freaking major. In Counter-Strike 2025, you think you can just go into a major 2025, 6 weeks practice and make the playoffs? A lot of people are hesitant. Some people think it could work out. I hope it does. But what do all of you guys think? And I could not be more excited to see how Karrigan manages these reigns. Because speaking of reign, he's not even going to be there for Dallas with s1mple. His first time playing with s1mple is going to be, I mean, obviously practice, but official is going to be at the major. If they make any sort of dent in a run here, it could be remarkable. So FaZe have left some room to make a run. We'll see what happens. And speaking of former FaZe members out there, we actually wanted to share with all of you guys Karrigan and Rain's last messages for Broky. Broky's been receiving a lot of flack and backlash. Not allowed here, okay? Again, what he did with FaZe is remarkable. FaZe's time has come to an end as it once was. You go through the transition process of losing a key piece like Twist, then you lose Rops, and now Broky, and eventually who knows what's going to happen post-major, but Karrigan and Rain paying their respects to their former teammate. Rain saying goodbye for now, my friend. Watching you grow up from a little kid from FPL to the man and player you are today has been nothing short of amazing. I wish you the best of luck in whatever the future holds for you, buddy. And then Karrigan saying the roughest benching of my career. Something had to be done, and I want to really highlight this is not a blame on Broky. The lineup did not work, and I used all my experience. But as we throw a Hail Mary at the major, long term, we have no idea yet what's going to happen. I want to express that I know the beast is inside of him, and I feel bad we couldn't get it out lately. We all failed in the team, and that's the sad part, but I know and I hope we get to see the beast in him again soon. So even Karrigan admits, yo, this is a Hail Mary attempt. Like it is so, I tell you guys all the time, this is why I love Counter-Strike. You see a Hail Mary for the first major of the year from a team like FaZe pulling back a guy like s1mple who is contemplating coming back to Counter-Strike in a team that certainly needed changes, but maybe not this. It's just so wild to see. So will FaZe Clan work out of the major? And will other teams making changes work out of the major? Who's going to go further? G2? FaZe? I mean, when it comes to the cards on the table, you would hope a FaZe would, but also experience together and time played together. Both teams, a lot of these teams making changes are going to struggle with that. And we'll see how fierce the competition is over in Austin, which I'm going to try and be at. I'm going to try and see some of you guys with some coffee, maybe some beers. And speaking of the major, one last story for all of you guys. It's now been confirmed by Striker from HLTV. It was kind of contemplated back and forth because at first we were thinking, oh, yeah, for sure, s1mple does not get stickers. And then there was a blast ruling or a major update from Valve, and we're like, oh, wait. Maybe last-second subs or stand-ins and players and coaches actually could write themselves in. It has now been confirmed by Striker. That is not a rule for s1mple. s1mple will not be getting a major sticker. It will be Broky on the bench making some moolah with the sticker money, which at the end of the day, that is how it is. You know, you go through that kind of process with the team and you go through this close to major registration with the team. That's the perk of the business. The one perk of being benched is you still get your name for a major sticker, which I think is A-okay, but s1mple fans, we must wait longer if you want to see another s1mple major sticker.
All right, here's a big one. Lots of people talking about this, Striker. You're the man who well, can help us with this, I suppose. Does s1mple get a sticker at the major?
No. He has to. So that's the same situation as with who was it last major? One of the Brazilians. That was
it
one
Breno?
Of those. I can't remember.
Lukowski replaced Breno at the time, didn't he?
Yeah, it was Lukowski. I don't think it was Breno.
Was it also Perfecto, right?
Somebody. Oh yeah, Perfecto was another one of those that didn't get one. Yeah, it would have been the same case with s1mple. Well, whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, he's not because he's going to be a sub. He's listed as a sub, and subs don't get the stickers because, you know, whoever's on the main roster gets the stickers, and then even if they never play a match at the major, they get the stickers. So he doesn't.
I have a question. Do you guys think s1mple has a Smurf on FaceIt?
But until next time, I hope you guys all enjoy. Thank you all for being here. It's been crazy to see the growth of the channel lately. I'm glad you guys appreciate it. It's not going to slow down as we approach that major. And if I do see you guys in Austin, make sure to give me a hug. Don't hug me. Wait, maybe dap me up. Maybe shout mean things at me. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Till next time, though, take care of yourselves, drink some coffee, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Cheers.